Landgrebe Lawn Care is looking to add some more lawns for the 2024 season. If you or someone you may know is interested, you can contact Austin Landgrebe at 641-660-7874 for free estimates. Landgrebe Lawn Care will also travel outside of the Sigourney area. Bush and small tree work, lawn rolling, and much, much more. Landgrebe Lawn Care for all your lawn care needs. Call 641-660-7874. Mowing, rolling, sweeping, snow blowing, and lots more. Now doing skid loader work. Hey-o, we are live. Hey, are we live? Can we hear? Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear? Oh, we are live. We are rocking and rolling at the Iowa Music Showcase here at Barnwired in Sigourney, Iowa. How are we all doing today? Hey, the crowd explodes here at Barnwired. You can get in here for some lunch, for some coffee, baristas. I don't know if Melissa around here? Are we hiding? Oh, there she is, Melissa. I didn't know if you were wanting to make an appearance today or not. But not really. Yes, make Melissa feel at home. Give her some applause. Melissa, what are the specials going on here at Barnwired?
Okay. So today's lunch special is the tilapia with baby carrots, glazed baby carrots, and what am I missing, Jim? Buttered rice. Thank you. So that's our special for today, and also still running the sale of 20% off greenery. So it's yucky outside. Make your house look springy. Come and see us, and we'll help you out. That's about it right now. So.
All right. Sounds good. So get on in here to Barnwired in Sigourney. We are rocking and rolling again on a Friday. And, if you follow me on Facebook, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You saw earlier this morning I was in desperate need of help. I put out the bat signal because I was scheduled to have Ted Gaunt in for our guest as on the Iowa Music Showcase. Ted, I'm not positive where he lives. I think it's up around Des Moines. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
So I think Ted, don't quote me on that, but I think Ted's up around Des Moines. And depending on where you're at in Iowa today, the roads are definitely sketchy, especially the more north you get in the state. So Ted bowed out. We're going to get Ted rescheduled for later on this year. But the guy that is my what do you want to call it? The backup, the perennial relief pitcher, he's always...
I live like a mile away.
He's waiting in the wings, and you actually you don't ever have to book a date in advance because you're just going to get here eventually because somebody's going to bow out.
And heck, I show up when other artists are here, so I like to hear them play too.
So Mr. Lee Klett from The Boys hanging out here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Appreciate you being handy.
A pleasure as always.
So Lee going to be playing us some tunes. We're going to talk to him. So let's dive right in here, Lee. Now, I know you were just here back in December.
Yeah.
So not too terribly long ago. Well, I mean, it's the end of March.
Yeah, it's been 3 months, or almost 4.
Yeah.
Because it was the very beginning of December. It's the end of March, so yeah.
Yeah.
But, lots of stuff's gone on since then.
Yeah, so we'll have plenty to talk about. One thing that we haven't done is we haven't really taken the deep dive back into the history of Lee Klett and The Boys. So let's do a therapy session today.
Oh, God.
If you want to lay down, make yourself comfortable.
I didn't get enough attention from my dad when I was growing up. Not you, Jim.
Jim's your dad?
No. No, but he thinks he is every now and again.
Things are getting really weird in here. Let's go back. For those that aren't interested in you, aren't familiar with you, everybody's interested, aren't familiar with you, tell us where you're from and kind of your upbringing.
I am from right here in Sigourney, Iowa, born and raised. I lived outside of town. I've lived in town. I actually live in town now, but I've lived other places, but I keep finding myself back here for some. It's like a black hole. I can't get away. No, I love being from small town Sigourney. It's a great community, good people. I love it here.
Yeah. And did you go to school here in Sigourney?
I did. I graduated from this high school in '98, and in a couple weeks or a couple months, my youngest son will also graduate from Sigourney High School. So
Nice. It's a family tradition.
it is. It will be, assuming he graduates.
I know speaking of him, he's into the video games because he was part of an interview I did here a few months ago for the video game team.
Yes, he likes his video games a lot more than he likes anything else. Like more than sleep, more than eating, more than spending time with his dad.
So you can check him out online. Does he have like his own online?
He does, but I
channel and all that
couldn't
stuff?
tell you what any of it is because every time I knock on his door, he's like, "I'm in the middle of something."
Yeah.
Like you're always in the middle of something.
Controller in hand.
Yeah, or half the time it's just keyboard and mouse. Like they did a tournament. They do tournaments for the school.
Yeah.
Or instead of using the laptop that the school provides, he brought in his computer and his monitor because they're so much faster and better.
Yeah.
So he give them an advantage. They still got their butts whooped, but I think everybody else is using the laptops, and he's like the only one that could do what he was doing. But
All right. Video games are an interesting thing.
I liked him when I was young, but not near as much as he does.
Did you like music when you were young? When did this music bug hit you?
So my twin brother and I, who's also in the band, I know most of y'all know that, we've been singing since we were like 2 years old. We've been singing in the car. CMT back in like 1982. I know I just dated myself there, but we were singing along to Swinging on the radio. I mean, I knew every word of that song and doing little videos with cowboy hats and everything. And just I've been singing for 40 years now and professionally been doing it for the last 20. So
Okay. All right.
or professionally.
Yeah.
And it's all that pays my bills. So I'm way behind, but
Now, did you and Adam? When did you start singing in school? Were you in choir and music and all that stuff?
back in the 5th grade here at Sigourney Elementary School, Scott Black, a kid that I graduated with, bet me a dime that I wouldn't audition for the lead of the school musical that year.
All right.
And I did. I won that dime, and I also got the lead of that play. That Mrs. Johnson stopped doing doing auditions after I sang it, and ever since then I've been like, I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
I met people that make me forget that. Like I'm wearing Brad Morgan's hat here.
Yeah.
That guy can sing. I'm wearing Corey Waller's shirt. That guy can sing.
Yeah. Some Iowa artists.
I do. I like to support local. I like to support my friends, and no easier way to do that than to buy merchandise from them. So
Yes. Yep. Merchandise and
even got
physical
that
CD.
one. I even got that one
Autograph.
signed.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure. That is Brad.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, so make sure check out Brad Morgan, check out Corey Waller and the Wicked Things, both the great Iowa acts.
I get to do a show with Corey in May with Sawyer Brown and Mark Wills on May 11th up in Nevada for Pizza Palooza. Monica Austin will be there too. It's going to be a dang good time.
Yeah. So a nice collection of Iowa artists there.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, let's get into some music. I sprung this on you earlier today that you were going to be joining us. So I know you always have some original tunes on hand, though.
Always. And since the last time I was here, I've written I've written 5 songs. Last year I only wrote 7 new songs, and in the last week of December I wrote 4.
Nice.
And then I wrote one since then, and my brother's written a couple too. But we like to keep it fresh. I don't like doing the same thing over and over.
Sure.
I like to switch it up. So I get an idea in my head to write down.
All right.
So that explains why it only happens once every 3 or 4 months. Don't get thoughts that often. So the first one I'll play for you, and I'll watch my wording here. But this is my favorite one that I'm going to play for you guys today. I wrote this song about that girl you never should have dated.
And does Neil need to have the beep button?
I mean, if you've got one, you might know. I don't know if you know her or not. But it's not about anybody specific, just that girl that you never should date. Not just me, any of y'all. This song's called Pray for the Devil.
All right, here's Lee Klett on the Iowa Music Showcase.
She looked damn good in that red dress. I fell in love in 30 seconds or less. It took too long to realize she was the devil in disguise. To say she's trouble is selling her short. She wears her hair up to hide her horns. I'm pretty sure she stole that halo. She's a snake in the Garden of Eden. She'll rip your heart out and leave you bleeding. Satan ain't got nothing on her evil. If she ain't running things yet, the underworld's in peril. When she goes to hell, pray for the devil. She left me all the warning signs, but I was in love, so I let them slide. She left my knees weak with desire. How was I to know that I was playing with fire? To say she's trouble is selling her short. She wears her hair up to hide her horns. I'm pretty sure she stole that halo. She's a snake in the Garden of Eden. She'll rip your heart out and leave you bleeding. Satan ain't got nothing on her evil. If she ain't running things yet, the underworld's in peril. When she goes to hell, pray for the devil. Like Clint Riedel would say, this is where an awesome lead should be ripped right now. She wanted me to take her back. I told her she could kiss my... To say she's trouble is selling her short. She wears her hair up 'cause it hides her horns. You know damn well she stole that halo. She's a snake in the Garden of Eden. She'll rip your heart out and leave you bleeding. Satan ain't got nothing on her evil. Oh, she ain't running things yet. That underworld's in peril. When she goes to hell, pray for the devil. Pray for the devil.
That is Lee Klett here on our Iowa Music Showcase on Steve Shetler Media. Again, we're live at Barnwired. Make sure you get in here for your lunch hour, get some lunch, some coffee, something to warm you up on this dreary, drizzly, rainy, whatever you want to call it, Friday here in Southeast Iowa. Yeah, you and your brother, you started singing in school. Did that go in? Yeah, we were talking kind of like fifth grade at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Did that translate then into like high school and stuff like that?
All the way through high school. And because we're from a small school, there's only like 40 or maybe 45 kids in the choir. Mm-hmm. So there's only like 4 guys. So we both got a lot of solos, and got to, go out there and like really put it out there. And of course, when you get a solo, everybody applauds, and that's addictive. So it's like heroin, except for it doesn't do as much to your body. It does good things to you, not bad things. I've never tried heroin. No,
thank you for clarifying.
No track marks.
I mean, you couldn't tell.
Well, there's been a lot of needles on my arm, but not in.
Yeah. So you sang through high school. When did the group The Boys become a thing, or when did you and Adam decide to start playing out, more of a professional mode?
We started playing in 2006, and this was before I could even play guitar. We started playing with a Johnny Cash tribute band. We had one show but that all the practice and everything that went into that before it fell apart after one show. It wasn't my band. I was just in it. But after that one show, we were hooked. So we decided we were going to start building our own. And then Adam and I built another thing, and that fell apart before we even got a show. And then we decided we were going to try other things. And I was in a heavy rock band singing nothing but original music. And Adam was playing in an 80s and 90s cover band. And pretty soon I was playing in a country rock band. And then Adam went off to Afghanistan. And when he came back from Afghanistan, his band became The Boys, and a year later I joined them.
Okay.
So
it actually started without you.
The Boys actually started without me. I'm the second longest surviving member. Adam is the only original member of the band. I mean, people get burned out or they don't want to do it, and I've been in it for 8 years. The band's been a thing for 9, and sometimes people just have other interests. They want to raise babies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
how dare they have a life outside the band?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's the only one that's stuck around.
It's being in a band is, if people have not been in a band, it's a heck of a commitment.
Oh yeah, I probably played, and I'm keeping track of this. I've played like 120 hours this year. That's in front of audiences. That's just from the time I'm start playing to the time I stop. But the amount of hours that goes into everything I'm doing, all the stuff that I do on the side, and then the money that I spend on speakers, and cables and equipment, everything adds up, and it's stressful. And I probably put in 60 or 70 hours a week to play that 12 hours I might get this weekend.
Yeah.
So
and that's what people especially like to get on bar owners' cases, because it's like the owners or the entertainment venues that they think that they're only paying for like 3 hours of an artist's time and talent, but what they're also paying for is your equipment, is your practice time, gas money, meal money. If you have to stay overnight somewhere, maybe they'll help you out with that. But it's all of that time. It's not just the time that you're on stage that people are paying for, that venues are paying for. It's all the time that goes into it.
And I like to joke that the bar isn't actually paying me to play. I do that for free. It's everything else that I'm doing that costs me time and energy. The setup, the teardown, the learning the new songs, the writing the new stuff, just maintaining the equipment and everything. That's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then especially if you want to use new equipment you've never used before, you got to teach yourself how to get through that. Like those guys that use the looper pedals.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys now. I'm working on that. I'm not perfect at it, but when I pull it off, it's freaking amazing. It just adds a little bit of depth to what I'm doing. But I didn't start charging more because I added that to my show, even though that pedal itself cost me $600, and then all the cables and everything that goes off of it, and then the time learning it. I don't know how much that costs, but
so definitely there's a lot that goes into being an artist, even a part-time artist.
Right? Yeah. Like Adam has a full-time job. I don't, but he plays like at least one show a weekend. I play 3 or 4, but he still has to buy the speakers. He still has to buy the equipment. He's not buying all my stuff, but we have about the same amount of everything.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Let's go ahead and do our second song for today.
Sure.
What original tune you going to do up next?
Oh, this is one that Adam wrote last month, and I'm going to cheat because I don't have it memorized because he usually sings this one. But I really like this song. It's another good. It's a breakup song, and I don't know why I like those so much. Maybe because I'm. I don't know. You ever heard of Colby Cooper? You think anything I've said is bad? Wait till you hear some of his. He's got one called 2 Words, and if I have to tell you what the 2 words are, you weren't paying attention. But he wrote this song, and I jokingly say he writes most of his songs for his wife. I don't think he wrote this one for his wife because I don't think she'd be very happy about it.
Not.
This song is called "I Don't Need You."
All right, here's Lee Klett on our Iowa Music Showcase.
You're telling me it's over, we're not worth saving. You've taken my heart for a ride and left me with nothing. Gosh darn, it's going too fast. Before you go running your mouth, telling me what I need. No, I've done this on my own, so I ain't worried. And I can spend my own money. I can mess up my own bed. I can burn my own dinner. I can mess with my own head. I was alone the day you met me, and I'll be alone when we're through. You ain't nothing special. I don't need you. Just like the flowers I bought you, dying in the vase. The feelings I had for you have been withering for days. What makes you think I need a woman like you to turn my life to hell? I hate to break it to you, I can do that to myself. I can't spend my own money. I can mess up my own bed. I can burn my own dinner. I can mess with my own head. I was alone the day you met me, and I'll be alone when we're through. Girl, you ain't nothing special. I don't need you. Another ripping guitar solo. I can lose my own car keys. I can mismatch all my socks. I can go crazy all on my own and change out all my locks. I was alone the day you met me. I'll be alone when we're through. You ain't nothing special. I don't need you. No, I don't need you.
That is Lee Klatt on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Thank you.
Here on Steve Shuttler Media. We are live from Barnwired in Sigourney, Iowa. And Lee, it is that time for 5 not-so-random questions.
Alrighty.
Are you ready?
Are these meant for Ted or are they meant for me? I don't know how Ted's going to answer. I don't know how Ted's going to answer.
Yeah. Was it last time? Who did the? Were you filling in for somebody last time?
No, I think last time I was actually scheduled.
Okay, all right. Because
But there's been a couple times where I was on standby waiting to see if somebody else would fill in.
So, all right. Question number 1 is: what is the TV show or streaming series that you don't want people to know that you watch? So, is there something that you're watching kind of in secret?
Okay, well,
that you'd be ashamed that people know.
I rewatch a lot of like the adult animation stuff,
Okay.
but then I also rewatch some of the '90s animation stuff, like the not like that,
Weird.
Steve. No. Like,
Anyway,
like the Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, that kind of stupid stuff. You know, the mind numbing. You don't actually have to pay
Yes.
attention to get the jokes. But I also watch because I've got a teenager who will actually spend time with me if I introduce him to like Invader Zim from back in the 90s. And I don't know if you remember that cartoon, but it's way better as an adult than it was as a teenager.
I was more into Beavis and Butthead back then.
And I mean, I watch that stuff too, but I guess I don't watch any reality TV, and most stuff if it doesn't interest me after the first episode or two, I just move on to the next.
So you're more into animation then.
Yeah,
okay.
That's my guilty pleasure.
All right. Question 2. Weirdest thing you ever saw someone putting in their coffee. We're in a coffee place like this. What do you think?
Oh gosh,
I'm not a coffee drinker,
no,
so I don't know.
I'm really not either. That's hot chocolate I've got over here.
Okay.
When they started doing like salted caramel, I'm like, you salting your coffee? But I mean, almost exclusively date coffee drinkers. So I've seen a lot of weird. I can't pronounce half the stuff they're putting in that stuff.
Neil, who is running the controls today, just learned the word barista, when what that
Yeah.
means. He was thinking barista was a drink.
It sounded like a burrito to me, but oh, my sister used to work here, so I
Oh, yeah.
technically knew that one. So
Question 3: would you ever buy a self-driving car?
that would be so awesome. Can you sit in the back seat, or do you have to sit in the front seat?
I mean, if it's self-driving, you can sit wherever you want.
I think they make them now but you have to be like in the
Within.
driver. You have to be within or reaching distance of the wheel. But I play a lot of gigs at night, and it'd be really nice to sit in the back, and sometimes it's a 3-hour drive home. It'd be nice if I could sit in the back, and if I doze off, I still make it home fine.
I agree. I would never trust a self-driving
No,
car.
I think I would have a hard time at
Yeah.
first, but I mean, you trust somebody
So
else
maybe.
when they're driving, so.
Question 4: give an example of how you are old-fashioned.
Oh, there's a lot of ways. And as I get older, I keep realizing I'm more like my dad than I'd ever want to admit. The things I thought he said were like groaners back in the day, I find myself saying them, like my dad say, or somebody'd asking for money, like at a baseball game. They're like going, "We're taking donation for this," and he says, "I'm so broke I can't even pay attention." Exactly. But I mean, lots of ways. Like I don't get the kids in their video games as much. I mean, I know I used to play them, but my
Darn
son
kids.
could literally sit and play for 12 hours straight and not even blink. Like I don't get that at all. So
right.
I feel old fashioned. And technology is getting past where I got a teenager. He fixes everything on my computer. I'm like, I used to think I was smart when I was young, and like I can fix anything on the computer. Now I can't do squat.
I used to be able to set the time on the VCR, and I thought I was pretty smart.
We had a hard time. We set up security cameras in a building we own, and we were having a hard time setting the date set the date and time on that
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, I'm about to call my kid, like call him from school, be like, "Hey, can I get you out of school so you can set this for me?"
Question 5: what weird stuff do you collect? Do you have any sort of weird collections?
Okay, no, nothing inappropriate, Neil. Calm down. I don't know if you can tell. Anybody who's seen me knows I've got some tattoos, but I'm big into comic book stuff. I do have some figurines. I have Captain America's shield, like the legit, like metal shield, in my bedroom. I have
Should have brought that with you.
I have Thor's hammer. I feel like bringing it
have
everywhere,
Thor's
but
hammer.
I'm just gonna get so much crap every time I do. So, but yeah, I actually have. It was for a Halloween costume. I just kept it. I mean,
Yeah. I do that with Star Wars stuff.
I don't think it's weird. I'm just a full-grown adult that's got more comic book stuff in his bedroom. Maybe that's why there's not a woman in there. I just made that correlation.
And then bonus question 6: how long have you been growing your beard?
Oh, this time I lost it last November. I just had a really
lost
rough,
it.
I had a really rough night. I kept rolling over. It was down to here, and that was like 3 years worth of beard, and I kept rolling over in the middle of the night, and I pinned it underneath my elbow as I'm turning over and like cricked my head really bad. So I woke up in the morning, and I'm just like, I've had enough, and I grabbed my scissors, and I went across it just like that, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah.
What did you just do? So this has been since November of last year. Or not last year, but 2022. So
Okay.
And I've trimmed it, but it's like, grow, dang it, grow. Next time I'll just braid it up at night so I'm not tripping over it.
This is a week's worth on my face. I'm just growing kind of a weird
Shadow.
beard for an Easter play that I'm doing. So,
Okay.
like, this is my Jesus beard. Did Jesus have a white beard? I don't know. No.
Oh, if I didn't use Just for Men, this would be white. So maybe that's how I'm getting old fashioned. I'm trying to hide it. I've been hiding it for 10 years though. I started graying when I was 23. Who the hell wants to look like they're in their 60s and their 20s?
I just buzz mine off, and I just...
Oh, see, I don't get that. That one, I got a head full of hair. I don't want to screw that up. But I can see your bald spot. So. right here.
We're done. Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Not really. For his last song ever on the Iowa Music Showcase. Now let's go ahead and do our third song for the day. What do you got?
Oh, I'm going to switch it completely 180 degrees. We're going to do a love song. Oh. This is the last song that I wrote, and how this happened. A young lady wrote a poem, and it's a beautiful poem, and she sent it to me, and she goes, I think you could make this into a song. And I started reading the lyrics, and I'm trying to do the cadence in my head of how the poem's going, and it's a beautiful poem. So I said I would be happy to try and make this into a song. And in my head, I'm going, this is a duet. So I wrote this song twice in the same day. I wrote it as a duet, and I wrote it as just me, because I don't always have a female with me. Sierra Griggs can't follow me around. She's got other gigs, and Monica Austin's always busy. And but anyway, so I took her lovely written poem, and I butchered it and turned it into a song. So there's lines from the poem in here, but I mutilated it.
Into this beautiful song.
It's not a bad song, but it's nowhere near what she wrote. This song is called Never Sober Again.
All right, here's Lee Klett on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Well, I ain't had a drop to drink, but I'm getting drunk tonight. I haven't had a puff of smoke, but tonight I'm getting high. She's stronger than the moonshine that burns down deep inside. Getting lost in those big brown eyes, and there ain't nowhere to hide. She's a double shot of whiskey that I'm always thirsty for. I'm flying high and falling hard, thinking three little words I've never said before. She's so intoxicating, you know I can't resist. If this is what love is, I may never be sober again. Mama never warned me like she did about the drinking. There ain't nothing in a bottle that's half the proof of being with her. I've been falling since that first kiss. It's getting harder to deny. I'm drowning in those deep brown eyes, getting pulled out with the tide. She's a double shot of whiskey that I'm always thirsty for. I'm flying high and falling hard, thinking three little words I've never said before. She's so intoxicating, you know I can't resist. If this is what love is, I may never be sober again. She's so intoxicating, you know I can't resist. if this is what love is, I may never be sober again. She's the one I wanna grow old with. My favorite sin, I may never be sober again.
Lee Klett on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Thank you.
Live from Barn Wired in Sigourney. Again, get in here for some lunch today. What are the lunch specials? What do we got for a lunch special? Anybody know?
I remember buttered rice.
Buttered rice.
Tilapia. Tilapia.
Oh.
That's
So there you go.
Yeah.
We got audience
I
members.
just remember.
yelling
I
things
couldn't
out.
remember if it was
And
tapioca or. It's like,
tapioca, tilapia, all sorts of good stuff.
say, I know who's cooking. I'd rather have the tapioca. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Jim.
Well, somebody's gonna have
That's
to
for
hold
stuff you
Jim
didn't
back.
hear on the camera or before the cameras came on.
Well, if they want to find you, if they want to find the boys online, where do people go?
You can look us up online at www.theboysmusic.com. Also on Facebook, if you look up The Boys Iowa, is the easiest way to find us. I also have I broke down and made my own Facebook page, so it's just Lee Klett. I just got too many spam requests on my my normal one, and I don't think anybody that's following my music needs to know about my kid losing his tooth. Or, of course, he's 18 years old. He deserved it if he lost it. Oh God!
So they can look up your solo profile for your music profile on Facebook. Check out the boys' music. They've got tons of music out there that people can download and support the boys that way.
We do. We have 2 albums out there. We got a 3rd one coming. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that there were a few shows this weekend. I'm playing in Colfax tonight at a place called Worth a Shot. It's bring a DD. And the rest of the band's doing a charity thing down in Burlington tonight. I wasn't invited. Well, no, this one got rescheduled due to weather, and then we got weather again, so I think that might be the jinx. But the rest of the band, I was already booked for this show in Colfax, so the rest of the band's doing that one without me. And then tomorrow, Jake and I, my lead guitar player, will be in Eldon at Chami's.
Okay.
And then the Mark Wills, Sawyer Brown thing, and then I didn't even mention the Southern Iowa Fair. We're opening up for Dylan Carmichael and Eddie Montgomery this year. So that's going to be huge. And there's a couple more I don't even know who the artists are yet, but we're signed up. We're just waiting for them to drop the hammer on the rest of, or one of them. I can't say where, but it's going to happen in September, and they're making a big announcement next weekend.
Cool.
I'll be just as shocked as everybody else to find out who it is we're spending some stage time with.
Probably Taylor Swift.
I would not be opposed to that. No. So you take what you can get, and if they can afford Taylor Swift, it's going to be a good damn party. I don't care. I'll gain a whole new demographic of teeny bopper fans. I don't care. I'll like it. I'll take it.
So check out the boys. Check out Lee Klett online on Facebook. And we'll be back here next week. I can't remember off the top of my head who we got on the schedule, but I know we do have Sierra Griggs on the schedule coming up here in about 2 weeks. Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson.
Is next week.
I was going to say, I think it was Chris, because I was planning on surprising him. He sends me a message yesterday. I might crash your show tonight with a right-handed guitar. I'm like, do it. I dare you.
And he might put your tattoos to shame. I mean, that guy is tatted up as well.
He's when he takes his shirt off, because he's got muscles and whatever. I've just got beer belly. But when he takes his shirt off and takes a selfie, it's like all covered. He's got tattoos everywhere. I'm only half my back is done. That's it. The arms, half my back, and one on each leg. That's it. I know. Right? I'm an amateur.
Get with it.
I'm an amateur compared to that guy.
So we'll be back here next Friday and every Friday for the foreseeable future, as long as they keep having us back here.
I'll be back the next time we have weather or somebody just forgets.
Exactly, which happens. So, Lee, appreciate you bailing me out today.
Anytime.
And Ted Gaunt, if you're watching, we'll get you rescheduled here at Barn Wired. So for Lee, for Barn Wired, for Steve Shuttler Media, this is our Iowa Music Showcase here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We'll see you next week.